Baltimore is more than crabs in the wire, and I'm here to share the real stories of the real, true talented people in the city who don't get the recognition that they deserve. Please sit back, relax, subscribe, and watch how we make the whole world want to be more like us. It's your boy, CEO Be Easy, and we're here for another episode of Be More Like Us 410 TV. And where else would you be? Why would you want to be here? Listen, if you missed the episode before this one, you need to go back, look in the catalog, check it out. While you're there, click the subscribe, right? Because why would you want to miss it? Hit that notification bell so we can let you know about the premieres. And we're going to do what we do, all right? I know y'all always excited about who's going to be here this week. And look, we even brought back a little throwback. Y'all been asking back for the, I don't give it a name. Comment below. What should we name this setting? You know, just the lights and the mood. What should we name it? Comment below. Best comment wins some free drip. But anyway, I got a special guest, y'all. They from here, right? But they done flew all the way from Atlanta to pull up on us. They pulled up on Be More Like Us 410 TV. Man, you don't want to miss this because this young lady right here, you know what? I ain't even going to tell y'all yet, but y'all say hi. Y'all be courteous to our family, right? They done flew out. They got flew out here, right? Miss Tahirah the Barber. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Hey, y'all.
Welcome to Touchdown. Did you come to get me? My barber going to be a little jealous, but you going to...
I got you. We're just going to line up a little bit. We're going to get all this going.
Dave, I still love you.
He did a great job. It's just been a week, so just touch it up just a little bit.
Dave, I'm still loyal, Dave.
He coming back, Dave. I'm only here for the weekend.
So, Miss Tahirah, elaborate a little bit. I know we say you in Baltimore by way of Atlanta, but where are you? You know, who are you? Where you from?
I am Tahirah. I am originally from here. I was raised in Baltimore County, out in Randallstown. So I spent a lot of time between here and West Baltimore. Didn't really touch too much over East until my adult years. Went to school at A&T, so that's why I fell in love with North Carolina. Then I moved out there for like 6.5 years to Raleigh, and then from there I moved to Atlanta. So I think my Atlanta is my forever. Like I'm there. I don't think I'm going nowhere else. Definitely not coming like back here or nowhere up north. I love the Southern hospitality. It's just a nice little vibe down there, and the money is a lot better. Definitely.
Amen to the money. So, you know, often as business owners, we highlight like the dope stuff, like the bottle celebrations, the leases, you know, all that stuff. But oftentimes, more than not, people don't want to talk about the times where maybe they didn't see this way, you know, or maybe you tried something and that didn't work, or, you know, can you just tell the people a time in your life on this road to entrepreneurship where something impacted you and it probably could have altered the woman that you are today?
So I would say it's two things. So one would be when I first jumped into doing hair. So I would be at work. I had a typical 9 to 5, and I would be at work and I would just be on YouTube looking up different videos. And I actually was doing hair first. So I just had my daughter, and I really jumped, like, I signed up for hair school that Wednesday, said this is what I want to do. I quit my job that Friday, was in hair school that Monday, and everything was good until I needed some money to pay my rent. So my savings did not last as long as I needed to. So now I'm doing public assistance. Me and my daughter's paternal, like we going our separate ways. So now I got an apartment in my name. So to this day, when I think back on it, I don't know how my bills was getting paid. I don't know. I really don't, because I know that I was doing hair. I know I was getting public assistance, but the grind that I was on, like I would do an oil change. I would be doing hair, like whatever I had to do, you know what I'm saying, like legally to make money. That's what I was doing. So I would say that time, because I ended up actually being in a barbershop, but I went back to IT because I needed the security because I had my daughter.
Right.
And then I would say the second time is actually last year for COVID. I was supposed to be moving to LA because I had got a job on Snowfall to cut hair.
Wow.
That fell through as soon as COVID hit. I had rented out my house. I moved everything out, and I was ready to go when they shut everything down. And once they shut everything down, they was condensing the people that was on set. So I was really like out here. So I ended up having to move back here for a couple months. And at the time, I still had like a 9 to 5 job that I was planning on leaving. But I stuck with that, then ended up moving back to North Carolina. And really much having to rebuild everything, like buy new beds, find an apartment, and just build everything from scratch there. And that only lasted a year until the opportunity represented itself in Atlanta, which was a better opportunity than I had in Cali. So I would say those two those two scenarios really like shaped who I am and the position that I am in right now.
That's boss.
Trying to make some things happen.
Man, what an amazing story of triumph. That's really crazy. But what is your story? I see how you got there, like, you know, here, there, but like, how exactly did you want to get into barber? And maybe a little bit more detail. Like, I know you kind of like just giving us like a brief synopsis, but like, how did you come up with the name? And, you know, where is your studio located? Just tell us a little bit more about the history of your business.
So I started cutting for the first time in 2008 when I was living in Greensboro when I went to A&T. Mm-hmm. So inside the mall, it was a Sprint store and across was a barbershop. And I just thought it was crazy that y'all would come in looking a certain way, and then 45 minutes later, y'all got a different walk, y'all look totally different. I just thought that was dope. And I know that I would do that with females, but it's just different. Like they in there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the vibe they don't walk out the same way that a man walks out the barbershop. So I was like, oh, that's kind of slick. And it seemed like y'all, you know, they was making money. So I just went over there and I was like, hey, can somebody teach me how to cut hair? I asked one of the, he was like one of the nicest barbers in Greensboro at the time. And I was like, can you teach me? He said, well, why you want to learn? I was like, I don't know. I know how to do hair. I would love to learn how to cut. And he taught me. And then for the longest, nobody would let me cut their hair until my ex-boyfriend at the time, I like begged him. And I messed up his hairline. I pushed that thing back. Like he was wearing hairs for like a whole month. So that kind of like got me into the groove. And then I realized how to start bringing the line up. And then I just fell in love with the craft, the cutting hair and the blending and all of that. So after that, I just couldn't let it go. And I tried to do both at one point, but I don't know, my heart just went more towards the barbering side. So I don't know. The ladies just gonna have to leave.
So basically, you just like the confidence and how the feel good of it, like, you know,
the transition. Yes, I love that. Like the way when y'all look in the mirror, it's just a nice feeling. Like women don't give you that. Like, oh, I love my. It's not that. It's just I don't know. It's just that vibe that you get that you know that you did a good job. And then I get tips. Like if somebody go gets a number after I give them that cut, they'll tip me like $5 to $10. Like, hey, I booked short. I'm like, all right, cool. I know I did my job, so it's rewarding.
Fellas, Tahirah the barber want to transform you. So you get a number, you owe a couple dollars.
Yes. And I actually started off with the name Moochie Can Cut because I didn't think it was going to expand. And my baby brother will call me Moochie. So I'm just thinking like, all right, Moochie Can Cut. And that took off. And then when I wanted to move to Atlanta, I wanted to rebrand myself. Like I didn't want strangers calling me Moochie. Like, why is your name? My name's Tahirah, and Tahirah the barber is keep it, you know, short and sweet. And I plan on doing this for like longevity. So I didn't want to be 40 years old, 50 years old going by Moochie. Right, like that doesn't go. So yeah, I just switched it to Tahirah the barber, short and sweet. You know my name, you know what I do, and we just gonna make some money.
You so Baltimore. Okay. You from Baltimore, by way of ATL, by way of Greensboro, all that good stuff. Well, North Carolina.
Raleigh, say Raleigh.
All right, Raleigh. We're gonna say Raleigh, but we talking about Baltimore right now. So if you're truly from here, I got a question for you, young lady.
All right.
Better mall, Owens Mills, or the old security back in your day when you was in the county?
Owens Mills.
What makes you say that?
Because everybody from the city came to Owens Mills Mall because that's where the pretty girls was. We wasn't at security. We was at Owens Mills Mall. You caught the subway to Owens Mills. You walked.
How did you get there? That was this is a true test. How did you get to the mall from the subway?
You walk. You walk up that little hill.
Hey, really from Baltimore.
You walk up that little hill.
She really from Baltimore. You had to walk up the dirt hill. There was no way there. You had to go through the fence to get to the mall. You're a true Baltimorean.
Thank you.
I like that. Y'all know Easy love the kids. And with that being said, often the kids get overlooked. I mean, we love kids. Like, oh my God, they did a great job. Or da-da-da-da-da. But more often than not, when we become successful, we focus on our kids, but not other people's kids, you know, respectively. So with that being said, having gone through stuff that you haven't even said, you know, and then sharing some of the story that you have so far, what words of encouragement will you give to kids who are going to see this interview? They're going to see it. And what are you going to tell the next young lady out there who's being put in a box, or the next young man out there that's being put in a box? What would you tell them?
Do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you feel it's going to keep burning. It's been burning inside of me to cut hair and to do hair since I was a little girl. So you're either going to prolong it to later in your life and then receive those blessings later, or you're going to do it now and you're going to do the hard work now so that you have a longer term in reaping those benefits. So that's really it. Whether it's being something creative, it's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. It's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur. Just whatever you feel inside of you, just do it. Don't care about what nobody else thinks. It's really just like Nike. Just do it. That's really it.
I see a lot of things going on in Baltimore. A lot of companies expanding. Under Armour is one of the world's biggest, sports apparel companies in the world. It's right here in downtown Baltimore. Ravens are doing pretty well, right? Lamar's re-sparked, the next wave of Ravens fans, or more Ravens fans, and Disney's down here doing projects, different things, people getting acting roles and all this stuff. So with that being said, being that you're kind of back and forth, mostly out of town, where do you see the city being in the next 5 years?
I'm very optimistic, especially with Disney. With this whole TikTok phase and everybody wanting to be front and center, I definitely think it's going to spark a creative mindset in a lot of the youth. They're going to see different ways of making money outside of just going to college or going to nursing schools. I'm just really, really, really optimistic. And even with the people that are here, it's a lot more hairstylists, a lot more people doing braids. So it's a lot more parents seeing what's going on with their children inside the households. Because a lot of times we're doing hair inside the house. So I'm just optimistic all the way around. I think 5 years, people will have a different light on Baltimore and the talent that's here, the people that's here.
I know you say that you're not coming back per se, like, to live, but do you see yourself doing anything to enhance the community here, like any type of community events or maybe a barbering school or shop? Or
I actually want to come back every summer before schools. And I know that there are some like nonprofits that do it, but like coming to do haircuts. Because it was one that I saw where you have to read to the barber the entire time that you get your haircut. So things like that kind of put like an educational spin on benefits is what I want to do. And really just coming back to just talk. I don't really want to like put on a show necessarily, but to really like talk and tell my story, hear your story, get my perspective on how it can help, but to kind of like have a connection with the youth. Like one thing I also want to do is like a fashion show. Like I love fashion, and I just the youth when they're like on stage and they're doing something in the public eye, it lights something inside of them. So I definitely want to come back and do that because I've been modeling since I was 2, which I did not say that also. But
you heard it first.
Yeah. So I just creative outlets for the children. I definitely want to come back and do that. I will come back and do.
Well, that's awesome. Anybody you want to say hi to here, there, everywhere? I mean, you kind of been everywhere. Yeah. Anybody you want to look into the camera? So.
Mommy, I love you. Mommy and Daddy, my daughter Corey, and also my cousin Diane or Dion, that's in LA. She has really helped me to really like push my foot forward in this hair industry, and she's had my back. Between her and my mother. My family and friends, I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. All my Facebook friends that have been pushing my videos and my cuts and all of that, I definitely appreciate it. So, yeah, just follow me on Instagram, Tahirah the Barber, Tahirah_the Barber. And, yeah, I'll be seeing y'all soon. But y'all be seeing me soon.
Hey, man. Y'all heard it first. By Baltimore, by way of ATL, by way of NC, all that. Maybe even Cali, it was almost there. We don't know where Tahirah the Barber, the brand. You gotta check it out. But in all seriousness, this has been like countless videos where I've done now women bosses, and we really need to love and appreciate and push our women, especially women of our culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's Juneteenth on the day of this filming. You know what I mean? It's a national holiday. I think that's epic beyond proportions. So to be sitting here in a space celebrating Black excellence is dope. And here's for story time, because y'all have told me y'all like the story time at the end of the video. And I'm just going to talk today about growth and finance. So we're some of the slickest people in the world, our culture, right? We're most innovative, impressive, everything. But I would just say this. Don't look good, be good. So let's take the chance while we have the opportunity and have the world, trying to make well with us, right? For all the things that have happened in the past. Let's get our credit straight. Let's get our personal and business credit straight. Let's look into portfolios. Let's look into index funds. Let's look into stock markets. Let's figure out a way to break generational curses, not only just in the way we move, but in the way that we prepare for the future, so that our businesses, when these opportunities come up with these PPPs, these small business loans, 7A disaster loans, we straight. We got our EINs. We're good with the state that we're in. We have our P&L straight. You don't know what P&Ls is. We definitely need to talk. Need to holler at me. Send me an email. But we need to be prepared, man. Don't look good, be good. That's my message for the day. I love y'all. See y'all next week. Click subscribe. Click the bell, man.